Hello, in this jQuery video, I'm going to show you how to prevent the default behavior of an object. So let me just simply create a form. It doesn't have to be applied to a form, but this is the simplest one to demonstrate this. And let me just actually create a form that you can imagine you might see on a real website. So if this has a input type of text, for example, and maybe we have a placeholder in there that says enter username. So again, we're trying to just basically create a fake login form. So we'll say a type of password. Again, doesn't matter what items there are in there because we haven't actually implemented the item that we're going to prevent the default behavior for. Now we're going to create a input, but it's going to be of type submit. And we are going to say, what am I going to say? So I need a value, so I'll just say submit. Okay, so let's just reload this, see what we get. So we get this form. Let's just format it a little nice again. This is all just aesthetics and it doesn't change the functionality. Okay, so if I click this, as you can see, the page actually reloads. You have the question mark because it's trying to go to a different page. And what you could do is, just put like an action, for example, and the action could be to go to a whole nother page. So in this case, I'm just going to keep it simple and just say we're going to go to Google. Just because, that is a website that works. If I were to try and go to like another page on this, server, there's nothing else there. But so let's just do this. So if I run that, click that. So after submission, it takes you to Google, or basically another page. That's the best way to look at it. It could be a page on a different website or a different server, or a page that's on your server as well. But you, under some circumstance, may want to prevent the default behavior of this submission. So what you can do, first of all, you need to select the element that you want to prevent the default behavior for. So in this case, I'm actually going to add an ID. Again, the selector, you can implement it however you want. So I'm going to say submit button. So if I copy that and I put a hash here, so dot click is going to be a function. We need the event object, so I'm going to put that here. And now, to actually prevent the default behavior is really simple. You just put event dot prevent default. I'm going to spell default correctly first. And now if I run it, very nice, very nice. And I click submit. As you can see, it doesn't take me anywhere because this line has prevented the default behavior of that particular element. Now I'm thinking, why would you ever want this if you've actually put an action in the form, for example, or you have specified some sort of specific functionality? The reason is you might come across a condition that you want to prevent the default behavior. For example, maybe this is a login form and it takes you to, I don't know, let's say account.html, for example, the account page. But you only want this to, take you there if, for example, you put text in all of these. And then you could do checks in here. So when the submission button is clicked, you could get the values using jQuery from, the attributes, which are covered in a separate video. From these inputs, you could do some validation on it. And if it passes the validation, you could even do backend validation using something like Ajax, which I've got separate videos for. And if it passes that validation as well, then it takes you to account.html. Otherwise, if the validation fails, for example, it will do event.prevent default. So there you go. That's how you prevent the default behavior of any particular element at any location once you have picked it up using a selector in jQuery. That's it, simple stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.